Hello and welcome to Nafdac and Your Health. Here we bring you up to date with Nafdac's activities with regards to its mandates of safeguarding the health of the nation. I am your host. My name is Tosin Adebayo. Today on Nafdac and Your Health, we'll take a look back at the last few weeks and bring some of the major events that took place in Nafdac. We begin with the signing of Memorandum of Understanding between Nafdac and the Danish Veterinary and Food Administration in areas such as feed management, risk-based food safety management, regulation of food and feed business operators, traceability, use of veterinary drugs and antibiotics, and indeed, capacity building.
Nafdac and DVFA have already established a friendship and started a collaborative engagement on knowledge and capacity building. I just said that, even before signing of this MOU. That is the way it's supposed to be. MOU is just for official. That, this day we did this. It is on record that several Nafdac officers have participated in training activities in Denmark, while our Danish counterparts have had the opportunity of visiting feed and food facilities in Nigeria. This is a testament to the good foundation that has already been laid for a successful strategic sector cooperation project in Nigeria. Over the period of this cooperation project, our partnership will focus on strengthening and promoting bilateral cooperation in the field of food safety, particularly in the areas identified in the MOU. Therefore, through this MOU, we have agreed to cooperate in the following areas: feed management, risk-based food safety management, regulation of food, feed business operators, traceability, use of veterinary drugs and antibiotics, capacity building. These are not exhaustive, as inclusions may be made on further areas for cooperation as agreed by both our organizations within food safety's farm to fork continuum. As Nafdac, we commit to bringing in our strengths towards successful implementation of the project. I'm confident that both sides will complement each other through this MOU by sharing knowledge, skills, data, lessons learned, and best practices for mutual growth, benefit, and sustainability of our food safety systems. On this note, I reiterate our agency's commitment to the success of the project and express my delight at the signing of the MOU, signifying the formalizing of our relationship. I seize this opportunity to express on behalf of our agency once again my deep appreciation to His Excellency Sun Klostrup, the Danish ambassador to Nigeria, and the entire Danish delegation and team for your commitment in forging and deepening our collaboration. Thank you very much.
The Danish government re-established diplomatic relations with Nigeria in 2014, and since then, both countries have engaged in several levels of collaboration, ranging from training to other forms of capacity development for Nafdac officers. According to the sector councillor, Mr. Paul Jacob Erikstrup, the MOU guarantees a much stronger connection to Nigeria and indeed Nafdac.
In 2020, it was decided that Nigeria should be a preferable partner and select a country for a strategic sector project. And since then, we have been engaged, finding the right partnerships. We have had a very close dialogue with Nafdac for a long time. We have a similar dialogue with the colleagues in GEFMAT, and we can tell also at this meeting we are actually also fairly close to conclude a MOU with FMAT, so we cover the food value chain even broader with a strategic sector project. And we bring the warm regards for the ambassador, and he has expressed his strong support to make this project successful. And as mentioned by Director General, we've already been engaged in some capacity building. That will continue and will be stepped up with this project. We are also seeing to align, just from the discussion which were with your colleagues yesterday, that there might be need for establishing pilot project to see how things can be implemented and checked. And we are already in the process to see how we can support that from the Danish embassy to make this a successful cooperation.
The Director of International Department of the Danish Veterinary and Food Administration, DVFA, who is visiting Nigeria for the first time, described how this cooperation with Nafdac is such a milestone because Nigeria is one of 6 partners globally to be selected.
We believe that there is a strong need for all of us to work to create more sustainable food production, greening our local food systems, and therefore we are very proud to be working with you in sustaining and helping in Nigeria with the cattle and feed and dairy production. It's important that we secure food, also food security, in this time of situation in the world, not only within planetary boundaries, but also making sure that everybody has, affordable, nutritious food everywhere. And so with this MOU, we will now formalize our cooperation even more. We will strengthen it, and we will go even more into detail. We had a very good discussion yesterday about how to work for the next 3 years in making sure that we operationalize what we have in the MOU. And on behalf of the DVFA, we're looking very much forward to bring our experts to Nigeria, but we are also looking forward to welcoming our Nigerian colleagues in Denmark, so we can see how we can inspire and work together in a partnership where we can help Nigeria in the Nigerian way to sustain food production here in Nigeria. So thank you so much for your kind and warm words. We're looking forward to the cooperation.
Thank you very much.
With that, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, on behalf of Nafdac, formalized this auspicious relationship. We'll take a short break now. Don't go away.
As part of Nafdac concerted effort to prevent incessant food poisoning and to safeguard the health of the nation, the agency wishes to advise the general public to take the following precautionary measures in food handling. Chemicals are not food, so do not taste with your tongue. It is dangerous to health and it can kill. It is dangerous to cook your meat with paracetamol or any drug. It can damage your liver, kidneys, or other organs. Do not ripen your fruits with calcium carbide. It can cause cancer or damage the kidneys or liver. It is dangerous to use sniper to keep insects and other flies away from any food products. Cooking does not remove sniper. Do not consume any mixture or herbal preparation that do not have Nafdac number. It could be deadly. Too much monosodium glutamate food seasoning that comes as cube or in sachet can be dangerous to your health. Do not add any chemical to food or drink to make it sour or improve taste. Safe food. Everyone's business. Nafdac. Safeguarding the health of the nation.
Welcome back. You're watching Nafdac and your health.
Yes to life. Yes to life. No to drug abuse. To drug abuse. Yes to life. Yes to life. No to drug abuse. Good life for you. Good life for me. No to
Away from regulatory duties, the Director General of Nafdac was recognized for her contribution to the profession of pharmacy in Nigeria and internationally by the Association of Lady Pharmacists during the association's 15th Biennial National Conference.
Agency in Nigeria, which she has brought so many administrative reforms through quality management approach. She's a professor emeritus of pharmacists, drug product development and evaluation at the College of Pharmacy, Roosevelt University in Schaumburg, Illinois. She was the founding chair of the Department of Biopharmaceutical Sciences of Roosevelt University, where she hired new faculty, built research laboratories, and procured research equipment. I'm talking about none other than Professor Mojisola Christiana Adeyeye, Director General Nafdac. She's got such an intimidating resume that if I intend to read this through, we'll keep her here longer than necessary. She might miss her flight. And so we don't intend for that to happen. Can we please give her a resounding applause, please?
Dear audience, it's my privilege to present this award from the Association of Lady Pharmacists. It's the ARPS Distinguished Award to Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, FPSN, FNFAM, Director General, National Agency for Food Drug Administration and Control, Nafdac, on 9th June 2022, in recognition of your immense and impactful contribution to the profession of pharmacy as a regulator, and for your unalloyed support to the Association of Lady Pharmacists ARPS during the 14th Biennial National Conference. Congratulations.
The event, which was attended by an array of reputable pharmacists and stakeholders in community health and wellness, including the First Lady of Katsina State, Hajia Hadiza Masari, the First Lady of Lagos State, represented former Minister of Health and Social Services, Prince Julius Adelusi Adeluyi, and so on. Professor Adeyeye, who was visibly elated by the honor, commended the association for its unwavering commitment to public health.
Few organizations that I come to that I'm so proud of. When ARPS visited my office some months back and they told me what they are doing, my heart just melted with theirs. Because if we do not make impact on the community that we are living in, I believe we are not working with a purpose. And ARPS has demonstrated that they are not just pharmacists, one of the best professions in the world, but they are also working within the community. And the icing on the cake this morning was the keynote speaker's speech, which touched so many areas that relate to pharmacy and safeguarding the health of our community, and also looking at the trade. In Nafdac, we just don't look at quality of medicines, we tie quality of medicines to trade. Because if you build it, they will come. With the AFC FTA that is coming up, just like the keynote speaker mentioned, we do not want to be importers. We want to be exporting to other African countries and in fact the whole world. And Nafdac is working day and night to ensure that Nigeria will be able to stand shoulder to shoulder in terms of making their products available. And that is one of the reasons why our maturity level 3 attainment is so unique and is going to lead to maturity level 4 that we're working on, so that our pharmacists, manufacturers can stand side by side with any in the world in terms of trading their products. I want to say thank you again for inviting me for this recognition. I was not expecting it actually, but that makes it even better. Thank you so much and God bless.
Other award recipients include the First Lady of Katsina State and Lagos State, amongst others. Speaking to the press after the event, the Director General of Nafdac affirmed the importance of women, especially lady pharmacists, to the transformation of the sector, and Nafdac is a perfect case in point.
Pharmaceutical manufacturing, distribution, dispensing, community pharmacy, hospital pharmacy, you can just see the evidence today. How many lady pharmacists are here? When we set our minds to something, we do it. Our brains are wired to make sure that whatever we start, we complete in terms of project. For Nafdac, distribution of medicines was mentioned. We have digitalized the way medicines will be distributed in Nigeria, and Nafdac is the first country in Africa, or first regulatory agency, to use what is called GS1 traceability system to make sure that our drug distribution is more visible. So that is just an example. You have heard about active pharmaceutical ingredient manufacturing, and EMZO, the MD is a woman pharmacist, is leading the way, and Nafdac is working hand in hand with that process. Talk of regulation in general. We self-regulate ourselves as women in our different pharmacies, but in terms of regulation and Nafdac, we have turned Nafdac around to be one of the few agencies in the world that have global best practices, using good regulatory practices, using good reliance practices. Only about 30% of regulatory agencies in the world have attained this recognition, and we are not stopping there. We are going house, just like the father of the day said, we are going to the mountain. We are going to get to maturity level 4. We will be one of the best in the world, because anything we set our minds to do, we can do it. So there is nothing we cannot do if we set our minds to do it. And this morning is just an example of what ARBS stand for.
Professor Adeyeye also used the opportunity to enunciate Nafdac's relentless work with regards to food safety and regulation.
Just like I just mentioned about medicines, food is very, very important for us in Nafdac. The regulation of food is extremely important, because if you regulate food well, people use good food, best practices in terms of eating, you will use less drugs. You eat better, nutritious food, which we regulate, you will use less medicine. So medicine and food go hand in hand. The better you eat in terms of nutrition, the less medicine you need. So in terms of Nafdac, we of course start with water. It is every day. We have to go after those who are not making the water in an hygienic way, not using good manufacturing practices. Why? Because water can kill, as simple as it is, especially for children. So that is part of our food products. In terms of food, we focus a lot on micro, small, medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs. and most of the products that they make are food. So we focus on that because MSMEs drive the economy of this country. We have the cottage industry perspective where you don't have to have a huge facility to make small food items, but it has those small food items preparation have to have good hygienic background. If not, people will get sick. So when people think maybe we are harsh on them, Nafdac is not harsh. It is because of health. Whether it is small business or medium or micro, if people eat something that is not good, they get sick. So we are tightening all the regulations just to be sure that we safeguard the health of our people. So food safety big for Nafdac.
Here is where we draw the curtains on this edition of the program. Join us same time, same station next week for another informative package. In the meantime, if you have comments, complaints, or you want to report activities of fake drugs or adulterated food products peddlers, our doors are always open. You can reach Nafdac via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email Nafdac at nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email reforms@nafdac.gov.ng or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. Nafdac, customer-focused, agency-minded. Importing, producing, distributing and selling fake drugs and cosmetics, adulterated food, and so on are criminal activities that destroy lives. Join the fight against these heinous crimes by reporting any suspicious activities in your area to Nafdac. Let's join hands to safeguard the health of our nation. See you next week. Stay safe.